subscribers that are just tuning back in and stopping by, I thank you so much for stopping by. For anyone who is new and stopping by, I thank you so much for stopping by. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for rocking with me since day one. And for anyone that's joining my journey with me and rocking with me, you guys are the real MVP. So today we're going to be getting into things I was not told before I went natural. I'm doing this video, number one, I wasn't even supposed to drop it this early, but I was so excited. I was like, let me just do this extra video because, as you know, I made the announcement on my Instagram page, but if you don't follow me, let me just tell you, I will be dropping videos every Monday at 12 p.m. So make sure you turn and hit that notification bell in that way, and also be subscribed to my channel so that way you know when I'm dropping these videos. So definitely wanted to make this video to help y'all make the journey easier, add a little bit of tidbits, and this, that, and the third. So without further ado, let's get into it. I do have a list here so that way we're not all over the place. So the first thing that I was not told before I went natural is you will not know how to take care of your natural hair. What I mean by that is, unless you're asking somebody purely for advice on natural hair, they can give you suggestions on maybe products to use and things like that. I would definitely say if you're coming from out of chemically processed hair or heat trained hair or whatever, that hair is different from the other hair. And if you've never had to take care of your hair, you've been like me, someone who's always went to the hair salon to get their hair done, you're not going to know what to do with your hair. And somebody that's giving you advice, they're giving you advice based on their hair. Their hair is different from your hair. You'll learn that as you're on the journey. So you're not going to know what to do with your hair. I wish I was told that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, it costs money to return back natural and to go on your natural hair journey. It does cost money, whether you're making products like a lot of naturals do, or whether you're buying products. It's going to cost money, because you definitely, and it'll touch on my other points as well at this point, but you're going to have to basically spend money on products, just seeing what works, all that. It costs money. Next thing is, there is no getting around it, there is no dodging it, you will become a product junkie. I guarantee you that you're going to become a product junkie, just because it's a lot of trial and error, and you might see things that make somebody's hair pops that looks like yours, and you're like, oh, I want to try that. That is how you become a product junkie. You're going to become a product junkie. There's no getting around that. I was a product junkie. I'm just starting to calm down because I make my stuff. I'm not a product junkie with the herbs because I can mix it up and I use all my herbs. But with being a product junkie, you may not even use all of the products that you have. But that's within your first year of doing it. Whether you transition or you big chop, you're going to be a product junkie. Next one is, it takes time to find a regimen. I told y'all it's been almost 3 years on my journey, and it has taken me time to get a regimen down packed and figure out what's working best for my hair. It's going to take you time to figure out a regimen. It might take you before 3 years. Everybody's learning curve is different. Everything is different. So it's going to take you time to figure out a regimen that works for you, and you're always going to be changing. So that's going to be a part of it. Next one is, it will take time to learn how to properly moisturize your hair, because you have to learn your hair's porosity. You have to learn what are some good products that are going to keep your hair moisturized. If you're making products, that's an even better ball game, because you get to experiment on what's going to keep your hair the most moisturized. When I've done a lot of my DIYs, I find they keep my hair way more moisturized than store-bought products. So it is going to take you some time to figure out how to moisturize your hair, but you will get it. The next tip that I have is, this journey is not just about hair. It molds you physically, mentally, spiritually. You learn a lot of things about yourself, and just in that growth process of being on your natural hair journey as well. So it's definitely not just about hair. It is about so much more than that, but you do grow as a person. The next thing I have here is, your regimen is going to differ from everyone else's. So just because somebody's doing all wash and goes for their style of choice for their whole natural hair journey, that doesn't mean that your hair can do it. I learned that slowly but surely. My hair thrives well in these bad boys or some type of stretch style. Your regimen is going to be so different down to how you moisturize your hair and what works for you. Next tip I have is, try not to wet your hair too much. So I was not told this in the beginning. I was doing wash and goes heavy, and what happened was my hair went into high growth fatigue mode. If you don't know what that is, it's because it's basically consists of your strands constricting, and they're being wet, and then they're coming back into being in a shrunken state. And what that does is it causes too much stress on the hair, and that can cause damage to your hair. So you don't want to wet your hair too much. Like if you're spraying your hair with a spray bottle, you know, to moisturize it with like a leave-in or something like that, that's different than washing your hair every day. Now, when I was in big chop mode, I could do that because my hair was very short, like boy cut. But once I got length, try not to wet your hair too much. That's another thing I was not told before I returned natural. The next one is give your hair a break. It's good to give your hair a break. You don't necessarily have to braid it, but give it a break if you've been wearing it out. Try some protective styles. It does not necessarily mean that you have to add braiding hair or anything like that into it. Just try, like, twist, braids, other things. It's good to give your hair a break. The next thing is the definition of learning your own hair. So I was very stuck when it came to that. No, I'm not slow, guys, but when people would say that, I'd be like, well, what do you mean you have to learn your own hair? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I told you the majority of my life I've gone to the hairdresser. I didn't know anything about taking care of my own hair except my mom, and then when I got older I went to the hairdresser. So it was like I was always stuck with it. But what people mean by that is learning what your hair likes, creating a regimen, creating a routine, things like that. That's what they meant by that, and I just learned that over time. Next thing was your hair will be in a better condition than when others were taking care of your hair or doing your hair. When I let other people do my hair was like not in the greatest condition compared to how it is now, and with me doing my natural hair. So my hair is in a way better condition now than what it was when I was going to hairdressers and things like that. If you want to see my video on reasons why I don't go to the hairdresser, that will be at the end of this video, as well as in my description box. I keep forgetting to put the stuff in there, but y'all see it. Next one is because a product is expensive does not mean it's going to work for your hair. I've used expensive products that my hair has hated. I've used expensive products that my hair has loved. So it's all about, trial and error. But because you spend a lot of money on it, it does not necessarily mean it's going to work. I got a wash and go video that I shot way back when on Camille Rose's curl maker. Everybody loved it. I hated that for my hair. I can link that in the description box as well. Next one is people will make negative comments, but you have to keep going. So if you're with someone, dudes are real, like, this is something that guys mainly do. They'll be like, oh, I liked your hair better when you did X, Y, and Z. Or you'll have your family, because sometimes people just don't understand that. If they've never seen it, or they've never dated somebody who wears their natural hair out, or they're used to somebody, and there's no shade to people that do wear wigs and weaves, because they grow your hair out as well. But if they're used to somebody that wears their hair like that, or in braids all the time, not in their natural hair, they're going to make those types of comments because they've never been around anybody, and that's just their preference, and everybody is entitled to have their own preference. But you got to decide, like, okay, are you going to let their preference take over and dictate how you wear your hair and what gives you joy, or are you going to find joy within yourself and be like, you know what, this is me, this is what I'm going to do. They're either going to accept it or they're not, and you keep it moving. But don't let that stop you. Continue to keep going. Had I not let what people said dictate how I ran my first natural hair journey that I attempted to do, I would have been further along than what I am now. But you live and you learn. So that's the next thing that I was not told. The next thing is deep conditioning and protein treatments. They are life, y'all. Make sure y'all doing it. Even if you're doing a lightweight protein treatment, because I know some people are protein sensitive, even if you do a lightweight protein treatment, they are life for your hair. They're going to help your hair to grow, help you to retain length. You want to do those, period. Incorporate them in. Next thing I was not told are that blow dryers, they will not damage your hair. I blow dry my hair, y'all. I've seen how many times this year I've blow dried my hair, and my curls always pop back. But that's because I do a protein treatment prior. Like, you definitely have to do a protein treatment prior to you adding and applying any type of heat to your hair. It doesn't 100% guarantee that you're not going to get heat damage, but your chances of getting heat damage are a lot lower. Now with flat irons, like, some people choose the flat iron, and that's at their discretion and what they want to do. That's how they run their journey. Me, I just use the blow dryer for heat. We use heat over here, and I don't have no damage. Next thing I was not told is natural hair is time consuming. You have to find time for it. You have to find time for it. You have to incorporate it into your life. It's a lifestyle. Because if you don't and you're not consistent, you're not going to see consistent results. when I started becoming really consistent on my journey, that's when I saw a lot of growth, i.e. this year. It's very time consuming, even when you wear your hair out. This is why your girl is always in protective styles, because I don't have time. Like, God bless the people that do their hair on a regular basis, and they do it because they get scent products and things like that, and they want to show those things to you guys and showcase it, just, you know, so that you can see it, you know, and go and try it out. But me, oh my God, I can't imagine. I got a busy 3-year-old. I can't sit and do my hair every day. So these have been my best friend during my natural hair journey, especially this year. Any type of protective styles. That's all the things that I was not told before I returned back natural. I want y'all to write in my comment section things that y'all were not told, that y'all wish y'all were told. But the one thing I will say is, before you go on your natural hair journey, just talk to some people that have been in the game for a minute. Like, let them be like a year in or more, because when it's the first few months, they still getting the hang of it. But like, talk to somebody that has been in the game for a while, like somebody that they grew their hair out big chopped, or they didn't grow their hair out big chopped. They have had years in the game. They gonna kind of school you and help you out. I've talked to a lot of people that have had experience. I'm still learning along the way. You're always going to be learning, but that's the best thing I can suggest to you, because when people give you advice, it's based off of their hair. So you gotta learn your hair. It's no getting around it. You gotta learn your hair for it to be a successful hair journey, and it's a beautiful thing. It's worth every ounce of everything that you experience, everything you go through, all the growth you experience, and everything. I don't want to keep going on. I just want to motivate you guys. It definitely, God has taught me a lot through my natural hair journey. It's helped me to see myself through his eyes and know who I am as a woman. And I'm still learning. I still got my faults. So I don't want y'all to ever think that I'm perfect or that I'm this perfect person. And, you know, if you hear something about me or you meet me, I don't want you to be upset about that, because I'm not perfect just like the next person. But I just want to come and motivate you guys and help y'all to see yourself through God's eyes, so that y'all can have that encouragement, that spirit as well, that confidence in God. Not confidence of the world, but it's going to be confidence in God and knowing who he is and seeing yourself through his eyes, because he lives within all of us. The Holy Spirit is always with all of us. So that's all I have for you guys. Y'all know I'm going to be dropping more videos, but I don't have anything else. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.